And so this is what we do. So we bring in cool people doing cool things.
How sweet.
Yeah.
I like this.
Oh, let me get my beverage. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, you don't want to forget that, bro.
No, man. We gotta do this properly, right?
Oh, yeah.
Beaming from Pacific Junction Hotel to Earth. Girth.
Nice. You did a little cheers.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta cheers. I feel well, not all the. I went on a date with this girl, like a couple months ago, and she was like, "Let's cheers," and I go, "I didn't want to. I did it. I did. I eventually cheers, but then she's like, don't you cheer?" I go, "Yeah, for special occasions." She goes, "I cheer all the time."
Oh, that's kind of a waste of a cheer, isn't it?
Isn't it whack? And I was like, that was one of the reasons why I was like, I can't date this person.
Yeah. That's your...
That, and she said, what did she say in a text? Not FML. Too much information. What's the one?
TMI.
TMI. She said TMI, and she's a grown up.
A little much.
Isn't it?
A little TMI.
On me? Did I just do a TMI? Oh yeah, she did a little. She doubled up on the TMIs. Did we start? I don't even know.
A little bit.
A little.
So are you up on your emojis and your internet slang and?
Yeah, like I try to tap into what the millennials are doing. Is that a proper answer? I felt like I was like a hip hop enthusiast. That probably didn't make any sense either.
No, that was just a weird segue.
It was a weird segue. I just really like certain terms, like wavy. Like I heard wavy, and I go, that's kind of cool, but I don't even know where that. I'm not putting it in the proper sentence. Probably.
Yeah, but that's also too. That's a different thing because there's the TMI and emojis, and then there's a hip hop slang. Like there's a lot to keep up with now.
It is. It's too much. I don't like hashtagging a lot either. Like if you do, I think it should be like 4 hashtags is fine. Once it goes into a paragraph of hashtags, I think you've crossed the line at some point.
That's fair. That's tough, but fair.
Yeah. Well, I'm not an expert, but I just wouldn't do it.
That's your Sophie's choice, I guess.
I hashtag 1 or 2 words. Yeah, my buddy won't hashtag.
I guess we can properly start now. In terms of, you've been living in LA for the last little while.
Since June 1st of 2000 and, I would say, 15? No.
So just under
16,
a year?
Yeah, last June.
Yeah, so just under a year almost.
Yeah, under a year, correct.
Yeah. What's the difference between, so you grew up in Windsor.
Grew up in Windsor, Ontario till I think I was like 24. I think. I went to college for 4 years. So at 19, I went to college. Yeah, right after. I didn't take a break.
I've been to Windsor.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's Windsor.
It is. There's I don't know if you ever seen that. Someone showed it to me. It was a meme of Rambo, but he's like when he's doing the thumbs, when he has his thumbs up, and he's like he looks like he's hurt and shit. And then that's the meme was when someone asks you how's Windsor. I thought that was the best. That describes Windsor perfectly.
Yeah, somebody nailed that one.
Yeah, whoever did that is amazing. Meme game is on point though. I think that might be the new stand-up. I think like people make do an hour of memes. Like they'll create their own memes and just go. And I think people would sit and people would pay like $30, man, to have like live memeing. I think that's the next thing.
Is that something gonna start either in LA or
Me?
Windsor? Yeah.
I ain't fucking stuck. I can't do that, man. I don't know. I can barely spell.
So,
now you got to add design into it. I have no idea what's happening.
Because that's the thing too. Like the Rambo one is a good example. Like when you hit a proper meme, like when you line up that image with that right caption, like it hits.
It hits huge. But I don't know. I had somebody meme for me, but I've never done it. Like I can't design one. Maybe I should learn, but I'm not excited, as I would say.
That'd be an interesting celebrity occupation, to have like
a meme.
Yeah, but your own celebrity memer.
Dude, there's like so much now. There's like Vine, YouTube, Snapchat. So people just get, which is fun. You know, I think people like getting their feelings sometimes, like comedians maybe about that. But like I used to think like because it was different to me, so I didn't understand it. And then you meet some of these Vine and MySpace, or not MySpace, sorry, YouTube stars. That's crazy. That's way throwback. MySpace, man.
Showing the age a little bit
here. Yeah, I don't care. I do. I think it's funny when you don't show your age, I guess, because it's kind of like I'm not gonna. You'll find out. We knew someone that I knew someone that lied about their height on their IMDb. Is it like IMDb?
Yeah.
I was like, man, we knew you were like 4 something.
Well, especially when they walk in the room, though, man.
Yeah, it's like, but they're scared, you know. It's like I guess it's like an image. But I did show my age there. But yeah, I remember when MySpace was lit. MySpace was huge, man.
Yeah, it took out French there.
Shit, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I thought, man, MySpace was like good for musicians. I don't know.
It was, yeah. That's what kind of blew it up. Like you said, got lit, right?
Yeah.
'Cause then it started all this music. This was kind of like the beginning, right? With all the Napster and all that kind of stuff.
Well, people were just sharing their music and connecting that way. So I remember that.
Right. And then that's once the internet busted that open, because it's the same thing, especially like in a place like Windsor, you only have a certain amount of like content that you can access. So many movies, so many so much music, books, all that kind of stuff. And nobody's really gonna tour there. Nobody's gonna you know what I mean?
To do in Windsor,
yeah.
They had a good music scene there, like a good people would pass through. It was very for me, Windsor was great because it was like my family was there, and there's a sense of community. And I grew up in a Middle Eastern family, so there was that community there that was always fun to me and interesting.
There's a big community as well in Michigan, Dearborn, and
yeah, big one, man. I've gone over. The billboards are in Arabic.
Yeah.
I feel that's when you've made it.
Mm-hmm. When you got billboard money.
You got billboard money, man.
That's when you've arrived.
I didn't know. I found out. Everyone knew this. I think Casey Kasem is Lebanese.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to a hall. I went to I guess a hall of fame for Middle Eastern people.
There is one.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
But it's just like everybody from the Middle East.
I think it's culture. Yeah, it's like anyone that's like Middle Eastern. And they had Casey Kasem's. I remember taking a picture of it. Yeah, but he's Lebanese, man.
Represent.
He did.
Because that's your background.
That is my background.
Yeah.
It is a nice background.
It is. And so growing up in Windsor then with this community, all pre-memes and I guess Facebook and all that, did that influence, that obviously influenced a lot of your comedy, right?
Like not having that stuff or having that stuff?
Either or.
I don't know if it influenced it. You know what? Like with MySpace and Facebook is just, it allows you to communicate better. Obviously, you know this. I'm not speaking anything new to you, but to get across and promote, you know what I'm saying? There's that interaction that you could have, and then people can see what you're doing and stuff, and there's a connection. Like if someone sees you at a show, they'll add you on Facebook, so then they get a glimpse of who you are. That's what helps out too. It brings you closer, and then from there, they probably become more fans of you when they know other layers. So that helps. I think that's a great thing with Facebook.
What was some of the earlier stand-up comics that you started watching or started connecting with at a young age, I guess?
Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was probably the biggest influence, but I remember seeing Dice Clay, not knowing what the hell's going on.
Yeah. I
was like, I didn't even think he was real. I was like, this guy's Eddie Murphy, of course, Delirious.
And Raw.
And I think we saw Raw too, but Delirious I thought was better, my favorite. And then just coming up from there, it was like Chappelle's Killing 'Em Softly. Yeah. And
that one's all gold.
Yeah, dude, that is very all gold. Mike Epps, I was a big fan of. Cat Williams. I'm trying to think. I watched a lot of Def Comedy Jam and BET's Comic View, man. Like as a kid, and as a teen, I watched all of it. I think I went through all the tapes. Like I found the old when Martin Lawrence was a host.
Yeah. That's a particular style of comedy.
There's my favorite line from Martin Lawrence when he sees Flavor Flav in the audience. He goes, "Man, is that you, Flavor Flav?" He goes, and then Flavor Flav's up in the booth, kind of just like shit, dancing, kind of like acknowledging that Martin's acknowledging him, and he goes, "Flavor Flav, man, Flavor Flav," and he keeps doing that for I don't know, seems like 4 minutes, and he goes, then he just turns his tone to serious, and he goes, "Man," he goes, "Flavor Flav's so ugly, cockroaches are like daddy." And it was just he was the man when he did Def Comedy Jam, man. He was So I watched all that stuff, and I don't think I was big into Seinfeld.
Yeah, because that's almost the opposite from what you're talking about, right? Because that's a lot of the urban, the black, the hip hop kind of.
I think that influenced me a lot more. I would have to say.
Robin Williams?
I wasn't a big Robin Williams fan.
So it's the opposite, right?
It's the opposite for me.
Yeah.
It just made more sense to me.
Why did that make sense to you in terms of you understood that voice or?
No, just the style aesthetically, I guess. Like comics like Bernie Mac, that aggression. and I like it is charming, the smoothness of it, and I guess the style, and it kind of like it's like a hip hop tone to it.
Yeah,
and that always it was intriguing to me.
Guys like Chappelle and Chris Rock are deceptively angry. Their tone is not always kind of angry, but it
has like a hip hop vibe to it, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like they have hip hop vibes to them, and it's exciting, and it's like almost like spoken word.
Yeah.
So it's like I even think Bill Burr has I don't know, like a type of hip hop, even though it sounds weird to say, but he has that kind of not an angst in a bad way, angst in a positive way, like you're speaking for something.
Yeah. It's almost, I hate the term, but it's almost like having an edge.
Yeah, but not like, not like it's an edgy comic, but just like you have an edge. Like I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
It's always weird. I think that was in a bio of mine, and I felt uncomfortable when they were reading it. I wanted to stop the person that was reading it, but it was at an event. I wanted to heckle my own self through the bio. I go, he's not that edgy. It's all an illusion.
Yeah.
And then they have a fog machine there. Like hit the fog machine and just disappear.
Yeah. Would you heckling yourself?
Would I do that?
That would be like Inception or something.
I would heckle myself. There's been some points of me being on stage where I would have heckled me.
Yeah.
Maybe just to motivate myself. But yeah, if I could do an Inception thing, I would.
How did you get started then? So now you listen to all this Def Comedy Jam?
I always wanted to. I just knew I wanted to be in entertainment, basically. And then I think at 19, I did a Yuck Yucks contest. Yuck Yucks was going around Canada finding the best new comics. And I remember I auditioned and I bombed horribly. 89X was a local radio station.
Yeah, it's like our Edge 102 here.
Yeah, like Edge, And they gave out stickers. I put all the stickers. I was wearing this Michigan Wolverines jersey on my jersey like an idiot. And I went up and ate shit so badly. I must have did 20 jokes in 5 minutes. I had this whack ass joke where I'm like, man, you know when you're in the bathroom taking a shit? And I thought this was like, oh man, this is it. This is gonna get me in there. And then someone comes in and you don't want them to hear the shit the sound the shit makes when it hits the toilet. So you go lower and your butt gets wet. I put that out to the world. Somebody should have heckled me at that point. Actually, I'm glad I lost. It never went through at all. So
you still, when you bomb, you still kind of bomb now, or
I still bomb. Yeah, I still bomb. I bomb in conversation. I bomb with my friends. With family. I've bombed with pets. I bombed horribly with pets, man. You ever try to like be cute with a dog on the street and it doesn't look at you?
Yeah.
I bomb in front of the owner and the dog. But yeah, in comedy, I've bombed. I bombed so badly once. Not even once, but I mean like last year in was it Thunder Bay at this like hall? So I went there. I did 2 shows. It was like they were packed, like 200 people. It felt great. The first Friday was great. Saturday early show, when you're feeling yourself, right? So now at this point, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm the man, right? So then I go in there and I pick a guy to not heckle with, but to engage, and he was this French guy. But I knew we were done. Like after 5 minutes, he kept jamming me up. So I go, this is gonna bomb. I just can feel it's growing. 20 minutes, nothing. Like, and I tell the guy, I look at him, I go, hey man, I think I picked the wrong guy. So the audience kind of laughs. And at one point, there was a lady. She's like a hugger, I guess. She likes hugging people, and she tried coming. No, she was like, I like hugging people, and she hugged someone in the audience. And then after that, this bigger guy, it's a bigger white dude with his friend gets up and walks away, but the bigger dude loses it, bro. Imagine silence, and then this guy goes, "Come on, tell a fucking joke!" Like desperately yelling that for 5 minutes. He goes, "You picked the wrong guy." Just bomb, man. And the most awkward, and I just after I go, "Sir, I just want the audience to know I'm not really hurt." Like, you know what I mean? I didn't say it like he was right. I did bomb, but I was trying to tell the audience that it didn't affect me. As like, I didn't want them to think I would be sad about it. I understood that I failed, and then he showed me, and then I go, but this is just going to become a story I tell for my Toronto comedian friends of the time that I go on. I got yelled at. This guy snapped, man. But when he said, "For the love of God, tell a joke," is still one of my favorite lines. Like desperately pleading for me to tell a joke. And I did 8 more minutes, and he stayed, but did no jokes. It was even worse than what he saw before. And the promoter hugged me from behind. I thought she was going to yell at me, but she's like, "That was great." I was like, "I don't think it was great." You win some and you lose some, right?
Yeah.
But that night I lost a lot.
Yeah. Left some skin in the game.
Yeah, man.
Does it still affect you the same way when you bomb, or is it kind of like you have a different mentality now that you've been doing this for a little while?
I don't take it that personal as much anymore. I could before I get all sad. I think every comic would get sad. Maybe not. Some are more confident, but I would be sad for days. I'd be really bummed out. Now, if it happens, it happened. That was the reason I could maybe I try to understand why it happened and then let it go, and then because you're gonna perform again.
Mm-hmm. So, is that the mentality? So when you went up to Yuck Yucks to do this, they're looking for the greatest comic or new comic?
I didn't know what I was doing then.
Yeah.
So even after I bombed, I felt like a bag of shit for weeks. Like at that time, I was like so new that was fragile.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, man, if you want to call me a piece of shit or you don't like me, that's cool.
You built up the kind of like the stamina now,
well,
right?
I get it. Some people aren't gonna like you, and some nights it's not gonna click, and then you can't fight that, man. It's like it's like having a bad game playing basketball.
There's a great moment with Larry David, the guy who did Seinfeld.
Yes,
right.
I like how you didn't think I was on I didn't know who Larry David or Seinfeld. How fucking dumb would I be though? To be honest, if I said who is that, like if I didn't know. How much would you? I would have to crash through the window in this studio. Like I'd have to jump through the window.
But not necessarily, because Larry David is a little bit in terms of especially in terms of stand-up comedy. He hasn't really done it for the last little while, right? So he's kind of a little bit more like old school, I guess.
Seinfeld?
No, Seinfeld just keeps going, but Larry David though.
I don't think Larry even did stand. Like
he did stand up. That's why
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he like. He hated. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing up the story, because he came out one night. He got introduced and it's like our next comic, blah blah blah. And he came out and he looked at the audience and he said, "Forget it," and then he walked off.
Yeah, I still think that's amazing. That's pretty dope. That's pretty, and it makes sense though. Even just from that, I feel from that little portion of what the basis of his show, like what that describes him as a person and describes as you see him. Like he'd do that, which is pretty cool though. I think that's cool.
And so
sometimes you do say that.
Yeah,
but we go. You have to do it. Yeah, I wish I could go up and be like, I'm not feeling this. Because I've said that and it never felt it and then wasted everyone's time for 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So it's great to detect it and not have to do it.
It's the same thing because you've done some TV too. Like I've done auditions as well.
I've dabbled, as they say.
Dabbled,
on the
right?
low key, I dabbled.
But when you go in sometimes, you can tell right away they're like, oh yeah, it's not.
Auditions, I suck.
Yeah.
I'm the worst. It's not even like, I'm getting better. I was awful. I didn't know what was happening. I was like, one time I went in, I remember we lived at for my buddies in the studio with us, a comic as well, Kevin Solo, very funny guy, on stage and off stage. But we were living together, and I think I had that fedora. I bought this fedora, and I auditioned to McDonald's. So I go in, and it was like whatever. And the next day, I get a call from my agent. She's like, "Hey, you got a call back for the McDonald's." I was like, "Oh, cool." She goes, "Okay," and I'm about to hang up. She goes, "Wait. Bring the fedora." And I was like, "What?" She goes, I go, "Why?" She goes, "Just don't argue with me. Bring the fedora. Make sure you bring the fedora." So I bring the fedora, and I'm sitting there, and sometimes in the audition, I'll call you in to give you instructions. So they call us in to give instructions. I see a fedora on the table. Are you fucking kidding me? There was no fedora the day before. Why is there and then a shittier version of my fedora?
Yeah.
Right? So we do the audition, but I don't think I wore my fedora. They made me wear their fedora. And then I find out that I don't get the commercial, but the fedora made the commercial.
That's not right, man.
But then it just kind of calmed my soul from after that for like auditions. I'm like, nobody, they care, but they'll it's, I've had one where this one was bad, dude. I thought I could memorize this monologue, but the monologue was messing with my head. I just couldn't get it. And I showed other friends, comics, like the funny comics like Ali Hassan Massimo, who are good actors. They even looked at it and they're like, we don't know what this is. So I knew I was doomed when they said that. I go in, man, have the paper in my hand. It's in front of Lorraine, something like this, like a really well-known casting agent or director, right? So I fall apart, bro. I'm not even now. My voice is cracking and I can't even say. I'm not reading the lines anymore. I'm bombing at my own lines in life. So I'm just falling apart. And then I go and I finish. And then she's like, "Oh, thanks, Dave." And I walk out, and then the dude, I guess, who wrote it goes, "Dave, can you come back here for a sec?" And then I walk over the table, and they're all just sitting there. And he goes, Did you memorize this or try to?" I go, "Oh yeah, I did, man. I tried very much. I just didn't get it." And he goes, "Okay, cool. I'm a fan of your comedy."
Oh, nice.
And I was like, "Thanks, man." And he goes, "Okay." And it was just the most awkward because I'm like, I'm not getting this. Like, at least he gave me hope, like, a little bit of hope. But he was like, for sure, he's like, this guy is an idiot. How come he didn't memorize the lines? Which I tried to. So they're fun sometimes, and sometimes even when they're bad, I feel they're fun.
Do you think he was hoping for some love? Like once he said, "I'm a fan of your comedy," he was hoping that like you would say to him, "I'm a fan of your writing."
I wasn't gonna say shit because I was embarrassed of what happened. I actually don't even know. I never met him before.
Yeah.
I think I might have known the name, but I wasn't like. And I was going for like a Muslim role, but I knew a guy going for the role, and he just looked more Middle Eastern than I did.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's kind of racist in my thing to assume that, but like the way they gave the description of the character, I go, there's no way I'm gonna get this, even if I did really well, unless they change the role and stuff like that. So sometimes you get those, and you're like, why, why do I do them?
Yeah.
I don't want to jam you up with this one, but I don't think I told Kevin this. He was here. It was for like this show, Joke Off for MTV in the US. So it's like they give you like these Instagram pictures, and it's like social media. You tell jokes, and there's teams of 2 and there's 3. It's like improv and comedian and stuff like that. So that night before, I have a comic friend in town, Alex Pavone, and Rich Ruiz, who's from LA, where they're trying to help me. We're trying to put together this stuff. We put together the jokes. I go in. I do like, so I walk in, there's like a young couple, they're not a couple, but there's just like young people, and then this older white dude in the corner, who I assume might have been the guy who, I don't know, in my head is like he probably owns the show or whatever. So I go in there and I start telling my jokes at the screen, they pop them up on the screens, and it's going mediocre at best, right? And then not that many chuckles, maybe a couple are laughing. The white dude goes, "Hey Dave, do you mind if I take a stab at this?" I've never seen that happen, right? I was like, wow, I'm sucking big time. This guy, and the picture was of a girl's ass and a dog, and the dog's would look towards you, right? He says the dirtiest joke, I can't even remember it, like dirty as fuck. And they all start dying. I go, oh man, I panic, and I go, oh dude, I didn't know you could be dirty. And he goes, yeah, go for it. I step up to the mark and go, I like to eat women's asses. Like, no joke. Just stared at, and then everyone's just like, what? And then I stole the guy's joke and did it shittier. And then he's like, you got anything else? And I tried one more, and I left. I bombed it so bad.
Yeah. That's sad.
Yeah, it is, but it's great story at the end. Yeah. And that's what I love about stand-up too, is the stories, obviously.
And is that kind of why you kind of keep doing it and like go on the road and keep?
I don't think I don't like to do anything else, and I don't think I'd be good at anything else because I flopped a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? At least with this stand-up, I love doing so much, even if it's like, just like, even if, I get paid for it, but even if someone wasn't going to pay me, I love doing it because it's just and all the comics will tell you when you speak to them, I think it's relatively the same response, is that it's the energy you get with them. It's fun. It's so much fun, man. I've done a lot of drugs, but nothing ever compared to the response I'd get, like getting off stage and they like you. So even the ecstasy, I've rolled off a bunch of E-pills. It was lovely. They put Vicks on my chest, you know what I mean? Put Vicks on my nose. I was cloud 9. Get donuts at 7 a.m. in the morning. Freak out the lady behind the counter because you have like Vicks NyQuil on your lip. No one tells you. So I've been high and loved it, but this high is great.
Mm-hmm. So why did you choose LA to go? What's the difference between like LA comedy and New York comedy?
I don't know because I don't have enough knowledge in both scenes because I've only been there really less, like little of a time. But New York feels like a place that, if you want to just do pure stand up, you could do other stuff, but like it's a stand up city. It's like you could do like so many shows a night. Mm-hmm. So I think that's one. And then LA is like pretty more spaced out, and then people are there like to write, to do improv, to write movies, to write scripts, and do stand up. So there's other things you could explore, which you could do in New York too. And then you're closer to TV. So people from New York move to LA. So I just didn't want to move twice, and I've always wanted to go to LA and give it a shot or try it. So that was my reason.
And how's it working out?
It was a slow process, but it's like every day I'm there, and every time I do a show or I meet people, it's just you take it day by day, and it's gone better than I thought it would in a year.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not saying it like to be like in a fake way or lying or like could I have attained more things? For sure. I think everyone wants that, but like for what I got out of it out of the first year, almost the first year, I'm happy with that. I could sit here and tell you generally I'm happy.
Yeah, because you performed at like the Nerdist Melt Room.
I did the Meltdown show that they have.
Yeah.
I did that, and then I did the Nerd Melt. set list show that they have.
How was that experience? Because that's kind of like an infamous kind of
Meltdown's a very popular show. It's great, man. That audience is packed and they're just there to laugh. You could just like, it's awesome. They're like a very comedy savvy audience. So they're there to see stand up. And they probably are fans of people that are on that show.
Yeah.
So you're just not getting people that walk in and go, I'm going to check out a show. It feels like these people are like, I'm going to go see these people because I know these people. And it makes the crowd way better.
Yeah. It's like it's a community, right?
It's its own community and stuff like that. So it's a good it's a great thing that they have there. And the people that run it are lovely people.
What's the shawarma situation like in LA?
Not really. I still say Windsor has the dopest shawarma.
I'll give you that. Yeah. Give me 5 for that.
Oh yeah. See, and I'll argue people. But Windsor has the dopest shawarmas to me. So I don't really. There's a shawarma place by my house though, and I go there a lot. I get the beef plate. Yeah. So I frequented it, and I actually got so excited when I found out it was there because it reminded me of like Windsor and Toronto.
Yeah.
So then I go there. I'll go there by myself. So I don't. It's decent.
Okay. And falafel? How's that situation?
I don't eat falafels that much anymore. When I was a kid, my mom would make that, but now as a grown up, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna get a chicken or beef. I rarely fuck with a falafel.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like a letdown now. It's like having a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, it's kind of. I don't know if it got too healthy or was always healthy. I just don't like it. Yeah, Kevin said they don't put effort into it.
Yeah, maybe that's true too. Then yeah, it's just kind of uninspired. Okay. And in terms of, so you have a show coming up at the Drake. That's like, you're going to be taping it.
Man, we promote stuff all the time, but this I'm generally really pushing and promoting hard. It's May 31st at the Drake Hotel in Toronto. I'm doing a comedy special taping. It's 2 shows, 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. You can get tickets off of Drake Hotel or my website, which is Dave Merheje, MERHEJE.com. So you go there, you get tickets. There's 2 shows. Come out. Dino Archie, a good buddy of mine from Los Angeles, who just did Jimmy Kimmel and won the Seattle Comedy Competition, is going to be doing an opening spot. He'll be doing like 15 minutes on both shows. So it's going to be, the energy is going to be great, man. We're going to have a lot of fun. We like performing. Like, when we're both on shows, we have a lot more fun. So it's going to be great, man. And I've worked hard on the stuff that I'm going to do. And I wanted to do it in the city that I love the most, and that's Toronto. So I wanted to do it.
How is your writing process then? Like you said, you just worked really hard on the stuff that you're gonna do.
If I think of something, I'll work it out in my head and then on stage. So I'll think if something happens, I'll just try to rework it and because I try to be myself on stage. So I've been trying to work on that for 10 years. So, and continue working on it. So it kind of like, so if an idea pops in my head, I'll go do it and I'll keep working it out on stage and then tweaking it kind of thing. So,
are you still getting a lot of love for your Drake impression?
No, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I wanted to say no. The funny thing about it is like, we have a friend that's friends with him that did acting with him and he hates it.
He hates your impression?
He hates the impression.
Why does he hate the impression?
Because he just thinks it sucks. He's a buddy of ours. It's funny. He saw it when I was on MTV. He saw it. I sent it to him, I think, or he saw it, and he goes, "This is garbage." He goes,
you want to do a little bit of it now?
No, I don't even know how to do it anymore. I can't. Not even. I don't know how to do it. I never really did it. I was fucking around. I was walking with a friend of ours, Frank, down the street, and then we kept just riffing on how the lyrics sometimes are conversations. So it's like almost he's rapping conversations to you. So I was just joking when I'd be like, "That's cool, where you at now? I don't understand where she is. I'm at Starbucks." Like, so we just kept riffing that like convos, and he would do it and I would do it. I'm like, "Where you going?" "I was at the library and I got there and they said that the book wasn't there." Like, you know what I mean? And then it just turned into a joke, and I was doing the same riff. Because at MTV, I would riff a lot and then like off camera. And then I did it and they were like, "You should do a sketch." Of course. And then he just kept pouncing on it. They kept wanting to go to it. And I just didn't really, I wasn't, it's cool. But I didn't really like, I'm going to imitate this guy.
Yeah.
I would try to imitate like Lil Wayne and stuff. That one I was genuinely like, I wanted to learn how to impersonate. But the Drake one, we were just fucking around.
What's the secret to imitating Lil Wayne?
I don't know. I just watched that, that Carter documentary?
Yeah.
That was crazy. That's a great documentary. And
that dude is crazy.
He's nuts, man. And I was at the height of Lil Wayne, so he'd be like, the best part was when he cut that interviewer off.
Yeah.
He go, I'm a holla girl. Or he said something about, like, it sounded like so incriminating. And I was like, this guy is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I think I've watched the documentary twice. It's great.
What hip hop are you listening to these days that you're digging?
We just listened to Chance, the rapper's new album. That was great. I liked Life of Pablo.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to Views. I feel it's a very Toronto album.
Yeah.
Like, but it's got some good records. Always like J. Cole, Anderson .Paak, but he's like what would we say, soul? Yeah, he's like soul. The album's called Malibu. I like it. My friend Dino Archie put me onto it.
Is it nice being in LA because you have a lot more access to some of the hip hop?
Yeah, you could see some stuff out there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't really been to a concert yet. No, I did. I went to an Odd Future concert, a little show, like Haji Beats.
Okay.
And then Tyler came. I came for one song. I was so late that I came for one song. My buddy was making fun of me.
Yeah.
And
Thank you and good night.
Yeah, basically. And then Haji did an encore and brought out Tyler. Tyler came at the end. The place went nuts.
Yeah.
So that's I think the only hip hop show I went to.
So after the taping on May 31st at the Drake.
Yeah.
What's the next thing? You got something else kind of cool. The field trip.
Hey, I'll be at the Field Trip Music Festival, and I thought that was pretty cool. And they have a comedy section, and it's me and the Rap Battles. I don't know if you ever checked out Rap Battles in Toronto. They're really great. The Rivas brothers do them, and they do them at the Comedy Bar, but they're going to be at the Field Trip. So I think they set you up as characters, so you both are characters, and you rap battle against each other. And they do like it's like almost like a big production. It's pretty dope. I checked that out. I'm on the same day as them, and then Mark Little is the next day, and with Crimson. I'm always say it wrong. Crimson Wave. Tide. It's a show that Natalie Norman and Jess Boulia do at the Comedy Bar on Sundays, and they do a podcast, and that's going to be at the show. So I fucked up their name, the name.
Well, I'll put it in the little blurb when we.
Yeah, you could, So send my apologies.
There you go. Drake. It's funny because you brought up Drake too, because he's a meme now. Like everything he does is kind of like memed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's not even like a real person anymore. He's just like a Muppet or something.
Well, I'd say he's super famous, so it's like it makes sense, right? He's good at being memed.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. It's just he's dope. He's like super huge, and it's like you can find things that's funny, and he's not scared to be vulnerable. It seems. I don't know him personally, so of course when you open yourself up like that, you're probably gonna get memed.
Yeah.
Because like most people are just like hiding who they are. So how could you meme them? So I think it's a cool, funny thing.
All right, Dave. Thanks for coming in and
thank you for
hanging out and talking comedy and shawarma and memes and.
We were trying to set this up for a while, so thank you for letting me come on here and promote my taping, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So May 31st at the Drake Hotel. Yeah.
8:00 and 10:00. You can get tickets at Dave Merheje, MERHEJE.com, or go to the Drake Hotel or Ticketfly.
Good friend, bad grammar.
Yes, that's what it's called. I should always say that. Good friend, bad grammar. I'm a good friend, but my grammar is awful. I've had every girl tell me that the worst texter, and every friend tell me that at the same time that I text the worst. So.
And you're anti-hashtag.
I do one hashtag. Usually I'll do hashtag adorable. Well, I want to do hashtags with emojis. I want to mash that world up. So that's my new thing. Now I put like $ instead of A's, and it really probably annoys people.
Yeah.
So.
That's some world conquering plans right there.
It's like that's my next project.
Yeah, there's nowhere else to go after that. Once you drop that, then that's it. We got to shut this down.
Yeah, once I do that, the game's over. I feel.
Done.